My first questions. I'm following up on something you told my colleague at Star Wars Celebration. You said that one of the most exciting things about working on this project was that through the language and the development of these characters, you realize that bad and good is in the eyes of the beholder.
I'm in trouble for this question.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Can you
Oh, yeah.
tease specifically how Yord personally must reckon with that particular idea?
Ooh, it's hard to not, because into the episodes, there's so much we can't give away. Yord is invested and committed to the Council. He is committed to this Jedi Force leading the people in the universe into a positive light. And I think he truly believes the good that is grounded in that. Though, life is way more complicated. And I think of the times, as kids, when you realize your parents aren't gods. You know what I mean? That moment when the kind of shatter comes and everybody becomes just human. You have a little bit more empathy, but it also creates this kind of like, I feel like I've been lied to or manipulated in some way. I think that's some of the experiences that Yord is terrified by and may come to experience, but I can't really talk about things. But yes, I did get in trouble for this answer at Star Wars Con. I got heat.
Yeah.
And in my mind, it's so funny to me because it literally, as a person who's outside and just a fan coming in, that was what was so beautiful and interesting to me. People have been talking to me online about how Darth Vader is such a bad person. It's very clear, and it's very well established from those actions. But if you can't look and see the Anakin blowing up the Death Star, Anakin blowing up the Death Star, Anakin blowing up the Death Star. Possibly killed millions and millions of people. I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this right now.
You should just shut up.
It's just like,
I love you. You should
but that
shut
is
up.
the beauty of this story, and it's the beauty of life that is. I'm sorry.
It's why I've kind of stopped using the word villain, because I feel like people look at a villain as like a surface level, like bad person, whereas if I say antagonist, at least that implies depth and that we'll get some justifications for why they've done what they've done.
Yes. Which is honestly, in the end, it's better for understanding and not trying to be best friends. We're not trying to take everybody in, but knowing where you have your protections and your boundaries.
I love how I'm following up that really thoughtful answer with this particular question, but I always wonder about this. Did Leslie ever
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy.
ever tell you why his lightsaber is orange?
Oh, I mean, I did my own research.
Okay.
No, and they actually gave me a green one first, and you were calling me out about this yesterday.
Yeah.
I was super excited to have green. I mean, just because the connections to all of those characters. And when they were like, "Well, actually, we're going to switch you out and give you yellow," a tear dropped, and then I did my research and looked in, and I also realized, like, wait, Rey has like yellow. That's dope. But now I know the dynamics of duality of using the Force and being a good council member.
So yellow, I looked and saw orange, but maybe it's just because orange is my favorite color. And if I were a Jedi, I would want an orange one.
I was like, I don't even know if I saw an orange. I don't know.
I feel like you guys are talking about
there's gray. I know
the same color.
Probably.
Maybe I'm colorblind. That's what we're really getting at.
Are we finding out now?
Yeah, I think is that shirt purple? That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is red.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm actually in rainbow attire right
that's
now.
what I'm
You and the performance too, just like her respect for and eagerness to learn more about the Jedi Order and how to operate there. In a complete shift now, I don't trust Chimere. Like, do not trust this guy one bit. When you are playing a character who is mysterious and has to spark that doubt in viewer, I know I want to say bless you so bad, and wants to spark that doubt in viewers, do you have to come up with like an anchor of sorts, something to play that game, but still make sure he has some consistency to him?
Yeah, I mean, I feel with Kymir and having, long conversations with Leslie as well, it's very much leaning into the lightheartedness of a character that has to hide or that doesn't really trust anybody or is kind of a lone wolf. You either get kind of the class clown aspect, or you get the charismatic Han Solo character. So
you had lightsaber envy until you realized how physically demanding the training was. So for the two of you, what single aspect of lightsaber training surprised you in terms of how difficult it was to master?
The choreography aspect of it.
Choreography is difficult. Also, making it look cool.
I mean, yeah.
Is the hardest part.
made it look cool.
But you watch, you watch masters of stunts go and do this before you. You're
And they're like,
stunt
oh,
doubles
just
in the
do
corner
this.
doing it, and you're just like, oh my god, he's gonna be called in, and you're like, I really want to succeed.
And you're trying to, we're both very competitive people. So we were like, I need to achieve
to
it.
succeed.
And that was really difficult. Also, for me personally, I'm a short person. And when we got on set, I kept, this is really embarrassing. The lightsaber kept hitting the ground whenever I'd twirl it, so they had to give me a shortened, short person version of it.
Yeah.
I'll end with a group question for all of you.
I started going off onto the planets that I felt like I could have been from initially, and I picked some really obscure, weird ones just to be like, what's Leslie going to say about this? And I'm not going to just be from Alderaan. Let it be known I chose Alderaan eventually. But I laid out 3 or 4 different planets just to be like, what about this one? This one I read is this. And I was like, isn't it cool? I'm yording it. Right now in life, and she was just like, oh no, that one doesn't work because of this, and I was like, oh, and she's like, and that one is too far out of it's a different galaxy, so I'm like, the fuck is
Also,
she really
off
knows
the top
all
of
this
her
shit?
head.
Off the top of her head.
believe
This isn't like she Googled it and then she was like,
no,
actually,
this is in the moment, and I was like, okay, Alderaan is it. We're good.
No, I can't. Leslie really does love to pay an ode to the trilogy, the original trilogy or the prequel. And there are certain lines that are in there or certain scenes and how they're filmed cinematically that they are really mimicking, or there are parallels to, previous scenes that we've seen in other movies. So she just, she knows her stuff.
Oh yeah.
For me, a really sweet detail is that she said to me that her favorite species of alien was a Thelian, and she wanted to give that to me because when she was a kid, she saw the performer at the cantina, and that was just a real honor that I got to bring her vision to life.
I love that. I can feel the enthusiasm from her radiating off the screen in this show, and also from all of you. Seriously, first 4 episodes, spot on.